welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. We're weeks, and I do mean the word weeks, away from Shadowbringers. And I was going to get some more stuff done last night, but real life stuff came up, so once again I had to attend with that. I'm still working on my PvP. I'm still working on leveling things, getting my support classes up. I definitely want to try to get the rest of my Fatal Feast, which is 4 more. Hopefully, hoping that I can get that tonight, if not by tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I can get this. And then, given that I got a few more weeks, I'm more than confident I can also get the Rago um, mount as well. So I'm hoping to get those. Typically, I don't necessarily give a shit about chasing fluff. It's just, again, if I get to it, I get to it. If whatever. But if it's limited, I always try to push it, just because I hate the idea of not getting those things when they're there or when they're available, because then you look back and you're like, shit, I wish I would have gotten that. I wish I would have done that when I had the chance. So also, I'm going to be working on trying to get the rest of my crafting and harvesting done as well. That's something also I'm looking forward to. I know I got to get some more leaves in and, start doing those dailies to help me level in those specific areas. Now, as far as gear goes, I'm not typically too worried about the gear progression, but trying to get things unlocked is kind of important for me as well. That is also a very important thing, because typically what you end up seeing in games like this, we have a queue system, and what they typically do is they update the queue with the older content. So getting those things unlocked just to be able to access them through the queue system is important. All right. Might as well happen now. Always in the morning. It's always in the fucking morning. Don't have problems in the afternoons. It's always the fucking mornings. ISPs. Welcome back. As I'm still fucking with the... I'll tell you what. Spectrum sucks in the morning. The funny thing about it is they're like, oh, well, it's not isolated. I told them, like, dude, this isn't isolated. So fucking... Yay. So I got to requeue all over again. Fucking yay. Never have these difficulties in the morning or in the afternoon. Never. It's always the first thing in the goddamn morning. I can't wait to check out the new area, the first world, when we go there. All the subtle changes and stuff. It's going to be really fucking cool. I might get black screened. What the fuck? Oh my god. This shit's real. Spectrum in the mornings. Well, thank you there. Fucking A. X marks the spot. Jeez, Matesis. Now I'm reluctant. Oh, let me hit this node. We'll do it on the tank. This way if I DC, nobody's going to go without me. Fuck. I mean, my connection, once it runs, my frames are good, but my connection speeds are fine. But god damn it. All right, hold on. I've been trying to level the pally up anyways. Might as well get this daily out of the way before reset. Oh, okay. Nice little one. Dude, you better fuck. Oh my. Death. Why I picked tank. If I was on my healer right now, it would have been bad. Give it up to support. Yo, Mark, what's up? I think I will level up 2 more classes to 70, then take a break on the grind so not to burn out. Dude, check your armor. Yeah, right. I know. I wasn't anticipating that. I know. I'm due for upgrades, man. I think I got the highest chest. I think you're right, though. I think it's about time I get my upgrades going on. Because I was taking some serious fucking hits, man. Yeah, I was taking some serious hits. I think you're right. Like, I mean, I definitely have to take a look at that. All right, so let's try to get in this. Yeah, getting burned out is kind of easy. But you know what, Mark? We did do quite a bit in a short period of time. You got to think this game's been out for 10 years. Think about how much we came from other games and we just hammered it. That's one thing. Kel, he's taking a break. He's burnt. Um, you can definitely get burnt out pretty quick with certain things, and that's apparent. So I agree. All right. Don't know what I was doing, but less than 5 minutes. Should be able to get some more mining in. Yeah, I was taking some serious hits, man. Telling you, man, fucking. I hope Spectrum likes bad publicity. Because I am serviced through Spectrum. And here's my recommendation. If you have another high-speed internet provider, go with that. Because these dudes locally, completely fucking whatever. They don't even know when it's at one location or if it's, they can't even tell. These dudes don't even know if it's on their end or your end. They bring people out just anticipating it's always on your end. They're fucking, I swear to God. It's my only problem with fucking, if you're going to be in this industry, you better fucking know, being able to isolate an incident. Just be able to isolate fucking an incident. Man, now I wish I wouldn't have done that because I just hit that thing and I have a, oh well. I have to wait till I'm at least 300, so I'll make another spin around. Hopefully it's still there. Like there's a delay in their servers in the morning. And what ends up happening, it stays connected. So the connection's there, but the packets are just dropping left and right. And they came out 4 times already. 4 times. And I keep telling them. One dude changed my entire line. My whole setup. My whole line. They check my hardware. They're like, da 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 da, nothing's wrong. I'm like, yeah, I don't use your garbage. I don't. I use like better, shit. And they're checking it, and they're like, well, we can't find anything here. I'm like, because it's not fucking here. How many times do I have to tell you guys? It's in your fucking node, man. God. We got local businesses literally that you could be at a gas pump and literally your fucking credit card won't work for a second because the system gets reset. Fucking idiots, man. I love these techs when they come out. They're good at what they do, but then they act like they know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to the node. And I'm like, have you seen your node? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but you know that you can, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So if somebody put you in front of your node and opened up your tools to you know take a look at all the data and everything, would you know what the fuck you're looking for? No. And I'm like, then what the fuck are you doing here? You're a person. You're a person who installs and checks out the hardware local. You have no idea what's going on your end. You don't. You've just admitted you don't do anything over there. Why are you here? Well, I don't know. They sent us out. I'm like, yeah, I know. Know how it goes. Fucking idiots. Not them. The fucking company. So it's got to be on their end. No, it doesn't. No. 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 No, no, no. Fucking it's gone, too. Missed the opportunity. Yeah, I got all my crafters 70. You are so beast, dude. That was a lot. Your average armor is 10 too low, I know. You're right. I do got to get that up. I might have some stuff on the thing. If not, I can build it. Luckily for me, my crafting's in my 50s, so I should make some new gear. But yeah, you're right. I was taking some major hits. Uh-huh. One thing I like about doing about the raids, if I hit a hiccup, usually I have that other healer as a little bit of a, you know. But yeah, like I respect, like my two of my friends are, they install internet and cable, and we talk quite a bit actually. And I'm just like, why do they do that? They're like, it's protocol. And I'm like, but it's not going to resolve. And they're like, well, what are we going to do? I'm like, well, is that the question? Where's our other two people? Hurry, I'm counting down, dude. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. This is bullshit. Oh my god. Gonna go off. Spectrum. Tell you what, if you have any other choice, if you have options, I don't have options. I don't. I don't. But here's my recommendation. If you have options, steer clear of Spectrum. That's my fucking professional opinion. They don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. They don't. When you send people out 4 times, check the hardware, check the fucking lines, And there's not a fucking problem there, you would think. You would think. Hey, could it be on our end? More than likely. And I'm not the only person. Great, at least I got it done and I got credit for it. That's all that matters. I get fucking reamed. Yeah, this shit's real, man. This is what I gotta deal with every fucking morning. What's that other healer doing? I feel like I'm working extra hard today. Good. God dang, fucking. Oh my god. Giving it up to the tank. Very patient. Oh my god. Jared, what are your thoughts on Trump? Wait, my stream cut out. Did you answer my question? What am I think about Trump? What kind of question is that? What kind of question is my thoughts on Trump? What's Donald Trump got to do with gaming? I mean, one of his kids are associated on a board of gaming, but what does Trump got to do with gaming? What kind of political question is that? What the fuck? Listen, Donald Trump, he's the president. That's what I think. I think he's the president of the United States. I think some people like him, some people don't. I think we're all human. We're all entitled to an opinion, and that's what matters. You know, you may agree, you may not agree with Donald Trump. There's my thoughts. What more do you want? I mean, hell, there's people in my family I don't agree with or I agree with. There's people in my family who piss me off. What do you mean? What's my thoughts on Donald Trump? Why do people ask questions like that? Why? Why do people ask questions like that? Why? You know, I don't get those type of questions. I just don't. I don't understand those type of questions. Like, what's your thoughts on Trump? I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? I don't know him personally. Donald Trump had to show The Apprentice. He has businesses, mainly real estate. I mean, doesn't relate to gaming, really. Just curious on how you feel about him. I don't know how to feel about Donald Trump. I don't really know how to feel about it. He's the president. You know, what did I think about Obama? What did I think about Clinton? What did I think about Bush? What did I think? Like, you know, I don't know these people. You know, I just don't. You know, it's just the way it is. Like, I don't have really an opinion on anybody when it comes to that. My opinions are formed from personal interactions with an individual. And that's neither good nor bad. It's just my perspective on an individual. The way I see them doesn't necessarily mean it's from personal relationships, right? Meaning, like, you never associate what you're going to do in business with anything personal. It's just you might admire somebody in the professional world, but then not like them in their personal lifestyle and choices, or vice versa. I might be cordial and, copacetic with an individual in the real world, but I don't appreciate their business ethics. So you see what I'm saying? That, like, I never grasp why people, like, are so quick to, like, draw a fine line to, associate somebody or disassociate. I don't get that. So, but people do it all the time, I guess. You're never going to like what somebody does 100% of the time is my point. So there might be maybe something that I agree with Trump, but then I turn around and I'm like, I don't agree with him on this topic. Or same thing with Obama or Bush. Like, there might be points that I say, yes, I understand their position. I just don't personally feel that's the only conclusion. There are other relative things to take into consideration. So I keep an open mind when it comes to those type of things. I know a lot of people don't like Trump. I know that. But there's a lot of things like Clinton, Hillary Clinton. She was in politics and and her husband was a president, and she decided to stay with her husband after he publicly humiliated her. You know what I'm saying? By having an affair while he was in office. I mean, what's that say? I don't know. I'm not Hillary. I don't know what Hillary's thoughts were as this all is, unfolding publicly. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, we're humans. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, man. Tons of shit. So I feel Trump is just, no matter what he does, he could probably, this is how I feel. The man could literally come out and agree with everybody, and people are still going to hate him. That's how I feel. Like, that's one thing I feel. As far as the border shit and stuff, I don't know how to feel about all this. Like, there's drama. There's always drama. There's always, like, something going on. There is no easy solution. There's no easy answer. These are the headaches of being a politician, I guess. Now, I don't like lobbyists. That's the one thing I'm against. If anybody is a lobbyist, I hate lobbyists. I hate any company that will literally persuade people. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Like I hate lobbyists. That's the only thing that people I hate. I despise lobbyists. I don't care what their point is, I hate lobbyists. I hate lobbyists. That's the only thing I hate. I hate people bribing politicians for votes. I hate lobbying. I hate lobbyists. I feel like anybody who takes money for persuasion should get shot for treason. I think it's a very treasonous act. It's selfish. It does not, reflect what you're supposed to be upholding in office. So if you're a lobbyist, do yourself a favor and commit suicide. Okay? That's my only thing. I hate lobbyists. If you are a dirty lobbyist, please go kill yourself. Do everybody a favor in the world. That's the only people I don't like. Those are the only people I don't like in the world. It's the only people I can't stand. I don't care to know a lobbyist. If they say, "Oh, I'm a lobbyist," then I'm like, "Go shoot yourself." Well, you don't. No, I don't care. You're taking money. You're persuading people for money. Go fucking shoot yourself. That's my point. Corruption is just something I cannot tolerate. And I hate people, like we all can be, persuaded in one way or the other. Why do people have to do it with money? Why? If you really want to win your point and you want to make a good point and you want to make, something, argue your case. Argue your case. You may not persuade that individual. That individual might not agree with your terms. But more than likely, lobbyists bribe people because they know what they're doing is wrong. They know it's wrong. They know it is. So it's like, there's more to lobby. No, fuck you. If you come out in the open and you say you're a lobbyist, please go shoot yourself. You're the scum of scum. Any politician associating with lobbyists should automatically lose their fucking position in politics. That's how I feel about that. I don't care about parties. I don't care about the Democratic point of view, or I'm an independent. That's my political position. People are like, "What's your political position?" I'm like, "I'm independent." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because there's no goddamn you should go into politics, Mystic, should I? I doubt it. I would cleanse the fuck out of everybody. I'd have investigations on every politician. I'd have investigations in my office. Investigations fucking everywhere. Anybody corrupt's going to fucking federal prison for a long ass time. For a long ass time. The system works if you allow the system to work. That's my point. The system will work as long as you respect and abide by the system. But the problem of it is we still live by that rule. One rule for the rule, another for the rulers. And I come from a family that's kind of mixed, right? I have family that's privileged. And then I have family that, we're brought up to, like me, like for example, my grandfather was a business owner, but he was a worker as well, small business owner. My great grandfather was a business owner as well, and a worker. And we were always raised to believe, and most majority of my family, regardless whether or not you own a business, you need to set examples for your employees as well as the community. You have to be an example for the community. And unfortunately, a couple of my family members forgot these standards. And that's okay, we're all human, but unfortunately the end still is whatever. Meaning if you spoil somebody and you entice somebody, of course my internet fucked up again. Sorry, my internet fucked up again. But anyway, so that's the way I was raised. And then, of course, my one uncle did the things that was against a lot of my family's positioning. Hold on, I was expecting this call. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Sorry, my daughter. Anyway, so my positioning is just like I'm not quick to jump on any bandwagon. I'm just not. It's just not the way I'm raised. It's not the way I'm believed. You put a system together. Why? Because it doesn't become compromised. Ideally speaking, you don't want to compromise the structure in which your society is upheld. Why? Because once you compromise it, it becomes harder to maintain. And when it's not bad, okay, let me say this. Now, I'm poor, all right? I wasn't born into money. Some of my family was a direct. So it's not bad to be born into money. What is bad is inheriting the wealth and never trying to become a better person or trying to better your children's moral and ethical positioning because of the inheritance and the privilege associated. Okay? That's the problem. All right? And one of my friends who is very wealthy is a testament to this because why? He worked. He had a job. He was made to work when he was younger. He now runs the business. His one brother, though, is not directly associated, but whatever. And the thing about it is, it's just like, you have to build morals. You have to build ethics. Now, politics, I wouldn't be a politician. My brother was trying to get into politics when at a small in politics, and I don't really care to be involved in politics. Why? Because it's fucking just stupid. Some of the legislation is just dumb. Now, I had to study law for business purposes. Not that I was a lawyer or I wanted to be an attorney or anything like that. Fuck that as well. Though my uncle was a judge and a couple of friends of mine are attorneys, and then I have another family member that's in the law. But whatever. All I can say, fuck all that. I get to see, like I said, if ignorance is bliss, I don't get it. I don't get to have it. I see the bullshit and the bullshit and the bullshit. And I'll tell you what, when the doctors say, you know what, if anything the doctor ever says it's terminal, I'm going to be like, thank you. Thank you. Now, my kids think that's a morbid way of thinking, but, it's inevitable. Dawn, don't do it. Yeah, right. You- Don't. It's a trap. Yeah, it is a trap, man. It's always a trap. Everything in life's a fucking trap. Like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody in a position. I don't. I honestly don't. If you're trying to do the right thing in life and you're trying to be, something better, then that's what matters. That's all that matters. People are never going to agree with everything you do. And maybe you have to make some compromises to come to some sort of, resolution that maybe not ideal, even in your standards. But you shouldn't be compromising your integrity. You shouldn't compromise your moral or ethical capabilities. Those things are not for sale. Those are not for sale. And, it makes me sick that people take such a small, like, you're only here for X amount of time. Think about the existence of the human species. Not the universe, not the planet, just the human species. And in comparison to the larger, essence of it all, we are insignificant in that larger whole, but we play a pivotal position. We play an important part of what? Evolution, of the quality of humanity. And what do we do? What do we decide to do? Instead of bettering the species, we weaken it. Why? Because we lose our moral capability. It's like, I'm going to be gone in maybe 20, 30, 40 years if I'm lucky. That's it. That's whatever. It's pointless. I'm not nihilism or anything like that. I'm just saying, if I'm here, I should be my contribution should be to the human race, not self. My contribution shouldn't be towards my own endeavors. It should be the endeavors towards the human species as a whole. But that's not what people do. Now, no. So, call it for what it is. I don't give a shit. Like, people, whatever. All I can ever say is good luck. I've gotten to meet some of the most atrocious people in life. And I'm never impressed with anybody. Okay, first and foremost, I know people who are wealthy, exceptionally. I know people who, whatever. I've met quite a number of people in my time, in all different walks of life. And for that, I'm blessed. I consider myself a very, humbled individual. Because that's what makes me appreciate different walks of life, right? And I think that's part of my upbringing. It's just part of, like, the way my family has set its standards. It's not about you at the end of the day. It's not. You could do great things, but at the end, unless it reflects the whole, it isn't important. And one of my family members forgot about that. He forgot. He let two of my family members. I'll take that back. 2 of my family members. They forgot about that. And they're basically ostracized from the rest of the family. It's not about their success. They're like, oh, they're jealous because I'm successful. No. You chose this because you forgot the standard. You forgot the whole. It's not about money. It's not. Money's irrelevant. It's paper. It comes from a fucking tree. Your fucking money is It's just a tool. That's all it is. It has no power. The only people who use money for power are the people who are influenced by such means. It has no, but that's the thing, influence. Influence is power. You can literally have, listen, there are people in prison, right, who are penniless, but yet very powerful individuals. Why are they powerful individuals? Because they have influence over others in the persuasion to make things happen. It's not about money. It never was. It's never been about money. So, whatever, man. They need to, I don't know. Hopefully one day everybody will look back and maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I got backward thinking. Maybe that is the case. But here's the thing, like there's going to be people who like me and there's going to be people who hate me. And that's normal. I tell my daughter sometimes gets a little upset. You know, she's very emotional at times. And I said, honey, it's normal. You think everybody likes Dad? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, look at my YouTube channel. There are people who will hit mass dislike because they dislike me. It's not about the topic. It's not about what I'm trying to teach them. They don't like what I stand for. And, of course, I love instigating those individuals. I love getting dislikes. Because the more people who don't like me, right, means I'm doing something that's getting their attention. And that's power within itself. If I can get somebody's attention just to hit dislike, what's that say? What's that say? You know, honestly. It was funny, though. Like, growing up, my grandfather, he was I had two very good grandfathers. And my one grandfather was very more philosophical in nature, who taught me so much. And he died when I was quite young. My other grandfather lived as I grew up to be a young man. And he was the more practical business associated individual that kind of give me, like, all of my asshole traits come from that side of the family. You know, like, excuses don't matter, results, blah, 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 this, that, this. And he was never a very open type person, not emotional. You wouldn't see emotions from my grandfather, none. I mean, even when my grandmother died, he was strong. I mean, you knew it affected him. You knew it, right? When my grandmother passed. But he didn't cry about it. He didn't, like, open up. Nope. Man of iron. And he's just like, it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing fucking matters. Doesn't. And you have to just, it's about results at the end. It is. He taught me so much. Sometimes he pissed me off because he was so hardened by it. Some of the lessons I had to learn and, go through. Like, the man had money, but he never handed me money. That was a very important thing. I'm like, Grapple. Can I get a couple bucks? He's like, sure, I'll tell you what, you mow the grass and I'll pay you this much. Really? The grass got cut. He's like, well, it saves you guys the hassle next week. Or, hey, I'll tell you what, you do this, we'll set you up. And it was just all about, you have to do. He's like, it's not, and I remember him telling me, it's not bad to help those. It's not bad to help people. It's not. He's like, if anything, that's what you want to do. But you want to promote people to try to help themselves as much as they can. That's the only thing, because we have to function as a whole. And he's like, so if people are doing the best they can for what they have, it's not a bad thing. It's not. He's like, it's not a bad thing to help. And he believed in the system. He believed in the, paying into taxes. Don't skip out on taxes. Don't do that. It pays for our police, our fire people, our education system. And then when I hear about companies like fucking Activision using tax havens, it pisses me off. That shit pisses me the fuck off. Because it's like, you greedy son of a bitches. You're making billions of dollars a year, and you're not helping our society, though you're exploiting our society and drawing from its resources to further your agenda without contribution. Fuck you. It's not bad to become wealthy. It's not bad at all to want to chase something. But you have to understand, our system is very, very fragile. Economically, socially, it's a very fragile system. And when these type of individuals don't see the importance or the relevance of trying to keep our society functional, they're compromising their business. They don't understand that. And that's what kills me. You take people, you can go to an Ivy League school, and if you don't understand what control really is, you're fucked. Because that was another thing, the control mechanism. So it's like, what the fuck, man? How do these people run this shit and don't think about the shit? Are they fucking mad? Think about this. Imagine tomorrow, a quarter of our population became unemployed. A quarter. Let's just say a quarter of the United States population became unemployed tomorrow, right? With no resources to draw from. It would be chaotic if there was no resources to draw from. That means unemployment, that means welfare system, that means anything. If there was no system to draw from, houses would go in foreclosure. Banks would start losing money. Right? So people need money to pay what? Their needs. So mortgage. What happens to their mortgage? It's gone. Can the bank sell it? No, because guess what? Housing is now going down because a quarter of the population is unemployed. Who can now afford to buy a house? Nobody. Because they can't pay the payments. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to walk a fine line when it comes to microeconomics, and then, of course, extend that into the macro elements of, trade, export and import. There's so many defining moments. I remember meeting somebody from an Ivy League school, and they thought very highly of themselves, which was pretty fucking funny, actually. And I'm like, dude, I'll tell you what. I will concede to your superiority if you can do me one thing. He's like, really? And what would that be? And I'm like, tell me the relevance of the Louisiana Purchase from an economic standpoint. And he's like, what? I'm like, tell me the relevance of the Louisiana Purchase from an economical standpoint. And he completely was lost. And I was like, now you see there, you went to an Ivy League school and you still don't know shit. Wow. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, you know what you got? You just got a pedigree. That's all you got. I literally went off on him. I like, you are the weakest link in our society. You are not the standard. You are not the exception. You are the weakest link in our society. Because you went to this Ivy League school, you have a feeling, you have a perception of um, privilege. That you are expected, and it's expected that you are given this. And I'm like, but all you do is you're dragging everything behind you. Others are meant to suffer because it's expected. You're the weakest link in our society. You're the weakest fucking link. Goodbye. You know? You have to understand these things. You don't have to be a know-it-all, but whatever field you're going in, you have to be able to understand that your part of contribution, what you're contributing to the company, and what the company has to do to what? To keep you there. It's whatever. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it probably fell in one, didn't it? All right. Anyways, I should be able to finish this. I think I am going to finish my mining, and then I can probably cut the stream. I do got to get going. I have some other things to attend to. And then when I get back, it'll have a reset, and I can attend, continue. But yeah, no, Jared, really good questions, man. Like I said, I mean, nobody in life, in my opinion, like honestly, like I got to meet some individuals for my business meeting for the prospectus that I had put together. And after my meeting, I was literally convinced that a lot of our society is being ran by baboons. Because when somebody is trying to educate you in anything, like I don't know everything in life. I don't. But when somebody has something relative to say that is it pertains to what I'm interested in, I want to pay attention to this individual. I want to basically respect their experience and try to be a student as much as possible. Why? Because it's in my best interest. It's in my best interest to learn from this individual, determine whether or not this individual is an asset to me, and if it is, this person's an asset, to basically secure that asset. You know, these are important things. These fundamentals have been lost. It's been lost. The practicality is just gone. Oh, I don't know what to tell people. I wish them all the best. Good luck, everybody. I like being the black sheep of my family, though. I'll tell you what, I got... Nice. Excellent. I got into some shit. I'll tell you. I ain't gonna lie. I got into some shit when I was younger. Just so much shit. And I I'm grateful for that because I have no regrets in life. I never anticipated my life to be where it is today. Please understand that. Um, I never expected. I always tell people my curse is my blessing, and without that blessing, or that being anything being put upon you, you can never appreciate the other values. So things happen for reasons. Call it fate, call it karma, call it divine, providence, whatever you want to associate. I don't care. But I've literally have said multiple times that it's strange to me that I grew up in a family where it was all about this and that, basketball especially. So I played basketball at the age of 5 years old. Seriously. Went to basketball camps before I could even get on a team. Now I'm friends with a lot of people in that association. And there was a lot of grooming in my life. Lots of grooming for a lot of things. Um, and something personal happened in my life, and of course resentment followed. I didn't get to, I never got to feel that my life was mine to decide when I was younger. Everything was planned out, right? It sucks, right? A kind of a sucky element. And then all of a sudden, when personal things like something happens and all of a sudden it's just like no, that's not your future, that's not your destiny, so it's gone. And it's like, fuck. And then you resent everything. And then guess what you do? You lash out. You go the every opposite way to oppose that. And of course, unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I guess in the end, every bad thing I had to go through made me stronger. And getting in there with what other people consider the dirt of the dirt wasn't. It was my bathing. It was my bath. It was my cleansing. It was the connection to what was the most important element to everything else surrounding me. And that was, we all matter. We all are here, sharing space. These people are no different. We all have feelings. We all have something in which we can connect or relate to, right? And I think that was the only time in life where it wasn't about me. It was probably the only time in my life that I gave a shit about anything else but. And I encourage people of whatever position, do not let your kids become spoiled and pampered and overprivileged. Don't do that. You're ruining them. Remember the movie Gladiator? And we take a look at Marcus Aurelius, right? And he takes a look at his son, and he says, your failures as a man is only my failures as a father. I have failed you as a father. Meaning his son was pampered. His son was expected. His son was privileged. And Marcus never did the one thing that was the most important. Turning his boy into an ethical man in which the people could respect. To take that position. Because if you're going to lead, right, the people have to respect your leadership. And how can people respect a leader who's never been there on the battlefield with them? Who's never shed blood and tears and sweat to see their people succeed? The only reason Gladiator is probably one of my most favorite movies of all time, because regardless of the historical, things that are inaccurate, it has a very good important plot, and that is the people, the men rose to the side of the general. Why? Because he was their superior? No. Because he was there with them. He didn't command them. He led them into battle. He led them in. Leading means you take the front. You don't hide behind the back. You take the front. That's what leading means. And I feel like our aristocrats have forgotten that. What it means to lead and to hold influence in a way that's important. At the end, money is irrelevant. Influence is everything. So, take it for what it's worth, man. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs, as always. Thank you. Have a nice day.